Hey there.
Some dissatisfaction with leadership. And here's a little bit of what Peach I said last night.
Across everything you do, I think the scale, you can be slower to make decisions. There are more people to approve things. So, you look at it end to end and figure out what makes the company 20% more productive.
Good morning, Portland. I someday should really remember to bring my reading glasses into the kitchen as I'm saying good morning to people. I like to use names. I think it's important. God gave us names for a reason. I think the world would be a better place if we all wore name tags. Forgive me while I do a little cleaning. My name is Ken Tracy, and I am coming, and this is Coffee with Ken. I am coming at you from my home in Naperville, Illinois. I live in a tiny little ranch home in North Naperville, Illinois. Naperville is a town of about 150,000 people, 35 miles west of Chicago. Great town. I'm a realtor, actually. If you're looking to move to realtor, give me a call. Or move it to Naperville, give me a call. It is always up there in one of the best places to live and raise a family and do this and that in the country. Really cool town. Good morning. You used to live in Barrington. How pretty is Barrington? I wonder where you live now. Hey there, Cassidy. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Again, my name's Ken Tracy, and I'm here in Naperville in my kitchen doing a little cleaning. It's funny. I do videos on all sorts of different things. Sometimes I do videos on cleaning. I'm a single dad. I'm going through a divorce. And currently married. We're going through a divorce. And as such, I just kind of share my experiences. And I have lots of thoughts. Barrington smelled like boiled eggs? It's strange. I have lots of thoughts on a lot of different things. And I do some videos on whatever I think about. And I have a lot of fun doing videos. And I have a lot of fun here on TikTok. And I've done some videos on cleaning. And one of my thoughts on cleaning is, when it comes to cleaning, some is always better than none. And more is usually better. So my point is, I had a dirty counter, or a counter stained with coffee. And this is very interesting, I'm sure, for you. I think I'm going to have to wear a garbage bag to work. I do not understand that. And I had a paper towel sitting here, and I had coffee stains. And rather than just throw out the paper towel, I did a quick wipe down of the counter. Sure, it's not a full house cleaning, but it's better than none. So anyway, I'm sitting here, standing. I always say sitting here, standing here. It shoots out like water. I don't know what you're talking about. But either way, I'm sitting here in front of my Coffee with Ken mug and my Mr. Coffee. It's about 2/3 gone, but I still have a third left. I have pumpkin spice coffee in my pot. I'm going to pour a cup, and I'm going to take you into my living room, maybe into my front yard if we're lucky, and we're going to do a little talking and have a little conversation. I hope you guys have a cup of coffee as well. I've got CNBC on TV. I'm going to turn it off, and I talk about it a lot. Working on myself. I'm a work in progress, and let's turn her down at least. Turn off the volume. I think, hello, Joy. Thank you for tuning in. And I talk about it every day. If you're looking to feel better, turn off the news. If you're feeling bad and you are depressed and you are sad and you are anxious and you've got the news on, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Seriously, turn it off. That's my quick thought. I mean, it's so ridiculous. It doesn't even matter. And again, I started watching. I've been doing this every day at 8 o'clock. I do a live show every day at 8 o'clock. And I've been doing it for about 5 or 6 weeks. It actually started on a whim. I was somebody said on one of my videos, you should be a reporter. You sound like a reporter. So I go, hey, I've always been interested in the stock market. And I used to be a stockbroker, for those that don't know. And I wanted to do a every morning show at 8 o'clock, like a market open show. How to quit smoking. Easy. I'll tell you about that in 1 second. Stop buying cigarettes. Don't quit smoking. Stop buying cigarettes. I used to smoke for a year and a half. But hold on, let me get back to this. And so I started this as a stock market talk show. And I was talking for like 5 days, and I got bored of it, because I think you should invest in the market slow and steady. The tortoise wins the race. You put a little in, and the next month you put a little more in, whether it's through a 401k or an IRA or what have you. And you just do a little bit over time, every month, consistently. And it's called dollar cost averaging. And I think this is all gambling. But anyway, so I realized I was getting bored of talking about the stock market, and there's so many more parts to me. Stop buying cigars. I bet it would work. Do you want to quit? Is it a habit? Do you want to quit smoking cigars? That's the first question I would ask you. Somebody just asked me how to quit smoking. I think you are some of the 5 people you hang out with. And I used to wait tables. I'm a realtor by profession. There's been times in my life I've fallen back on waiting tables because it's quick cash and it's pretty decent cash. However, it seemed at the time, at least, a lot of waiters smoked cigarettes, and they'd go out on smoke breaks, and I was jealous. I wanted to go out take a break from work too. So I'd go out with them. I'd feel silly just standing out there in the cold with nothing. So I'd bum a cigarette, I guess is the term. This is my dog Holly, by the way, for those that don't know. She loves doing these live videos. So I'd bum a cigarette. And then I'd bum another, and then another, and another. And in a couple of weeks, I started buying cigarettes. And lo and behold, and have always been a runner. Not a smoker. I ran cross country and track into college, but I realized somehow, some way, I had become a smoker. And I started buying cigarettes, and it never a big issue. I'd probably smoke a pack every other day, I think is what I was averaging. Never, a huge smoker, but still, when I woke up and had my coffee, I'd want to smoke a cigarette. And at the time, I was recently divorced from my first wife. I used to pick up my kid. It's embarrassing talking about at preschool, and I'd be smoking cigarettes, trying to hide it in the pickup line, waiting for to pick up my little girl. And it's embarrassing talking about, but whatever. So one day I decided, hey, this is bad. I feel it in my lungs. I know it's not good for me. I think it looks ugly smoking cigarettes. So I never quit. I just said I won't buy them anymore. It's so much easier than quitting, because quitting's scary. Quitting is so permanent. It's so forever. And to make the commitment to quit and never do it again didn't seem right. But I stopped buying them. I'd smoke a cigarette today if somebody wanted to. I have no temptation, no desire, no interest. But I don't know. I smoked one a few months ago just for fun on the golf course. I didn't like it. But if you don't buy them, you stop smoking them, except on rare occasions. Good morning. I can't read that. Oh, wait a minute. I can do this, and I get to see your comments better. Good morning. Is that Chef Jessica Pennington? What a fancy name. If you were a man, it would be Chef Jessica Pennington IV. I don't know if that makes sense to you. So how you guys doing? That sip of coffee was real good. I'm going to have another. Hey, I so appreciate you guys following. And as I say, the tortoise wins the race. I love it here on TikTok. I do a live talk show at 8 o'clock every morning. I do various videos about various things. Hey, TikTok troll joined. That's fun. Hello, Danny girl. Hello, Charles Schmidt. Hello, it's Walker. I appreciate you, it's Walker. I get you. Just ran across you surfing, though. I appreciate it. Doing great from Ohio. Hello, Shannon. That's what's so cool about TikTok. You're following me now. I don't know, you might dig what I'm doing. You might like what I'm saying. Hello, Buzz Lightyear. Wow, we have so many fun people. So many fun names. Mine just says Ken Tracy or Coffee with Ken. Buzz Lightyear's kind of fun. TikTok troll's kind of funny. We saw a couple other funny ones. Let's have a little more coffee. Anyway, I had been doing this Coffee with Ken thing. Hello, Josie. I don't know what it means to do live together, so I'm going to have to say no, because somebody just asked me to do live together, and honestly, I don't know what that means, and I don't want to do live with some stranger and have some stranger take over my page. So it frightens me. So I'm not going to, unless somebody explains to me what that means. But I do appreciate the interest. The dog wanted to chase squirrels. She does. We did our walk already this morning, obviously. And I think she's a little sad. My dog, Holly, she loves chasing squirrels. And I recently got a quiet leader, it's called, which is just a collar with a little thing around her snout. She don't like it. We're trying to get used to it. We're going on several shorter walks, and I still take her to the park and let her run free. She's beautiful, though, and she doesn't get to chase squirrels right now very often. Good morning from Texas, or Texas Twister. Have you ever seen a tornado, Texas Twister? I hate to say, and I don't want to offend anybody out there that, I don't know, has suffered loss from a tornado. Yeah, she's such a good girl. But it's on my bucket list. I'd like to see one off in the distance. No, sir, I haven't. I hope to, though. Okay, well, so you and I are feeling the same. Hello, Tyler, Mr. Clean. I am wearing a white shirt today. I do not have an earring. Does Mr. Clean have a mustache? That would be a misnomer if he was Mr. Clean and he had a mustache. Mr. Clean should be clean shaven, so I would assume Mr. Clean does not have a mustache. But anyway, I started on another social media platform about 3.5 years ago when I was in a bad place and feeling sad in life. And started doing it. Realized talking about my stuff made me feel a little better. Do you guys mind? I want to open my door a little wider. It's only open a crack. Do you guys want to go outside? Should we go outside? Are you bored of inside? There's what outside looks like. Oh, do you want to go outside? I'm kind of comfortable. We can go outside tomorrow. For those that really want to go outside, I might go outside later. We don't have to commit to anything. Hey, thank you for following. Again, I realized talking about my stuff made me feel better, and I was doing it live on another social media platform. People started watching, really enjoying it, and I was doing it every Saturday morning, and did that for a few years. I went through a separation from my current wife, which we're getting divorced from. Hello, Tyler. And in November, and I was talking about some deep, dark stuff about like drinking and alcohol. You know, I used to drink a lot, and anxiety and depression. And my friend and his family and daughter were watching one of my shows, and the daughter said, "Wow, this is good stuff." I think she was like a psychology major. And this should be on TikTok to get a bigger audience. So she did some editing, spliced some videos, and those were my very first TikToks. And I didn't know what I'm doing. I'm still learning. I think we're all works in progress, and we can get a little bit better every day. We just got to keep putting one step in front of the other. But I've enjoyed it. I'm never an overnight success, but I'm pretty darn determined and consistent, I think. But I'm not spectacular at anything. I mean, I was a good runner, but I wasn't the world's best runner. I was good in school and smart, but there were always smarter kids and better looking kids and more athletic kids and more popular kids. But I just keep, I don't want to say I'm the little train that could, because I'm not that much of an underdog. Hello, Joy. Thank you. But anyway, so I plugged along, did my videos, kept posting my little morning video. Helps to talk. Yeah, therapy helps so much after ending my engagement. Full of chaos from. Oh my gosh, it's so. Yeah, I saw a therapist for a little bit at the beginning. I feel this is sort of therapy for me, and always helps me feel good. I honestly look forward to it. I do a 3-minute one every morning. Some people make fun of it. You've seen a tornado? Scary? I bet it is. Yeah, I wouldn't want one bearing down on my house. a couple of years ago, on Father's Day, I was married, and it was Father's Day, and I'd been drinking all day and probably smoking. And I was in bed, and we had these big thunderstorms hitting, and we had tornado sirens going off and alarms going off. And my wife woke me and said, "Hey, we got to go down to the basement." And again, I'd been drinking all day. I haven't drank in almost 11 months, by the way. It was Father's Day. And I said, God won't kill me on Father's Day. So I laid in bed. A tornado, a small little F1, I think, or F2, went a couple blocks from my house. And it was so weird. I don't know what that means. It was so weird because there were not even any branches down in my yard. And a block away, there were some fairly decent-sized branches. And another block away, there were massive trees down. And it was 2 blocks from my house. It went right down Bailey in Naperville, for those that know it. But it went right by my house, like 2 blocks away, less than a quarter mile away. It was crazy. And there was no sign of it right in my yard. And a block away, there were branches down, and 2 blocks away, trees down, and roofs ripped off and stuff like that. So nobody died. I don't think there was any massive. Yeah, it happened in Woodridge. It came from Woodridge and Naperville. And you're right, Chrissy. Thank you for watching, Chrissy. I appreciate you. Thinking about getting some coffee with Ken's shirts. Right now I'm running low, by the way. For those that want it and are in the Naperville area, I give these out to people that watch my show and enjoy watching my show. So if you're in the area, I'd be happy to give you one of these out. I don't know, makes me feel good. Gave a couple out yesterday. I feel like Santa Claus because people like getting things. Oak lawn tornado, still deathly afraid of them. Yeah, that was a big one. And didn't that come through? It might have crossed through a bunch of the area. Yeah, I'm a fan of a lot of things, and I used to, I enjoy that. So I appreciate that. Do you still live in the area? I don't know if it's Jackie or Jacqueline or Jack. I don't know. Jack Q. So anyway, here I am on TikTok. On June 23rd, I passed 1,000 followers, which enabled me to go live. And it happened while I was walking to Starbucks. When I got to Starbucks, I immediately went live. Because I believe if you're, the time to do something is now. Yeah, me too, Lisa. Me too. The time to do something is now. So many people, are going to start something next week or next month or at the first of the year. And I think if you want to make a change in your life, first of all, you got to commit. You got to say you're going to do it. I'm not going to buy any more cigarettes. I'm not going to buy any cigarettes next week. If that makes sense to you. I don't know if it does. I so appreciate you guys watching. 1,000 back in June. Hey, me too. Me too. Texas Twister. It was my hometown. My mom lived there until when she passed away at 97. Where do you live now, I wonder? Lisa, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I hit 1,000 June 23rd. So it took me, 7-8 months. I'm at 1,850 now. It's growing quicker, and it's picking up some momentum. Good morning. I just brought you up on my live. Hello, Hortini. I know your name, Hortini. I forget who you are or where you're from. Sheridan, Illinois. That's not that close to here, so you don't get a mug, Jacqueline. But if you ever come through Naperville, let me know. You're at 15,000 followers, I assume. New in your channel. What's your content usually about? Me talking about life and things and stuff and coffee. Hopefully spreading a little joy and cheer. Talking about challenges I face. That's right, Hortini. Again, I'd drive you a mug today if you wanted. So that's what my show's about. Happy to be alive. I'd say it's about happy to be alive. I think if you watch my show, you're going to feel I'm a joyous person, and I usually am. Life's not perfect. I have ups and downs. I think we all do. And I face challenges, and I deal with challenges, and I overcome Hello there, Lisa. Oh, we already said hello to you, Lisa. You and I are, I think, the people that would sit and watch the tornado come down at our house. And again, I don't mean to mock anybody that's scared of them, because I know there was a real big one that hit Plainfield in 1990, which isn't too far from here at all. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for following. I so appreciate you guys. I really do. Again, I look forward to doing this. I go live at 8 o'clock every morning. I usually talk about half an hour. Well, I appreciate that. Happy to be alive. Not everybody thinks so. You can watch my show right here at 8 o'clock every morning. I would eventually like to do this for a living. I think we should pursue our passions. I am a realtor by trade that I do fairly well, but I've been doing it 17 years, honestly, and I do fairly well. I'm never one of the top-selling agents, but I can pay my bills. But the feeling I get from doing these little live videos and talking about my stuff, whether it's drinking or anxiety or depression or relationships or coffee, gives me the chills. I think it's what I'm meant to do, and I think we should all discover what we're good at and chase it with all our hearts. And that's what I'm doing right now. And so I'd say you can watch them here at 8 o'clock. You can look me up on any, I'm not even going to mention it because I don't want to get in trouble with the powers that be at TikTok. But if you look me up on any social media platform, pretty much, I live in Illinois. I live in Naperville, Illinois, which is 35 miles from Chicago. So let's have a little more coffee. So today's Wednesday. I have a little 16-month angel. His name's Augie. I am separated from my wife. I have Augie on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. So Wednesday's kind of a free day for me. And it's a day where I need to get a bunch of stuff accomplished. And I'm really looking forward to getting a bunch of stuff. Must be nice living in Florida. Although, honestly, I don't want to say anything bad about anything. I try not to say anything bad. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I like visiting Florida, but I don't have any major desire to live anywhere real warm. My brother lives in Texas. I've been obviously to all over the South, but if some people ask me as a realtor if I was going to move anywhere, where would I move? I think maybe the Carolinas. North Carolina might be pretty with the mountains and the seasons. Sometimes I think, somewhere South Dakota, Iowa, somewhere kind of small town where I could buy some land. I don't know what I would do with the land. I'd have lots of big fires. I like burning things. I like big fires. I like taking care of yard. I like driving around. They're also a beautiful country. Which one, Texas? North Carolina? I like driving around. I'm not the most macho guy in the world. I can't fix any. I'm not good at fixing things. I don't really know how to chop wood or do anything like that. But I still like the image of doing manly things, putting on my hiking boots. And North Carolina I think is probably gorgeous. And again, hills and cool trees, yet still seasons. And I like seasons. I appreciate seasons. I think it keeps life fresh. For a while in the early 90s, I lived in San Diego. And it's perfect weather every day. It's boring. It's boring. It's like 70 degrees and sunny every day. In June, I think I was there in June. It kind of gets cloudy for a little while, but every day it doesn't change. I found it so boring. I love seasons. I remember living there going, wow, I miss a thunderstorm. It'd be cool if it really had a big rain today. And it didn't. It didn't. I was only there 6 months. I'm sure it gets rain there once in a while. Yeah, I love cold and snow too. I mean, I don't want to jump too far ahead. We're just finishing up summer here. Lisa, I forget where you live. Were you Ohio? I forget. I don't want to jump too far ahead. We're just finishing up summer. It's cool. Everyone's do their own thing. I'm not trying to rip on any temperature or anything. It sounds good because 70 degrees is like ideal temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. You can do anything. But you just don't appreciate it if it's the same. North Georgia. That's probably really pretty too. I don't know. Seems pretty. Been to Atlanta a few times. Driven through Georgia on my way to Florida a bunch. Was in Athens a couple times. I saw Michael Stipe at a bar in Athens. The lead singer from R.E.M. I was at some little dive bar at probably a college bar at University of Georgia with a friend. And yeah, Michael Stipe was sitting over there. I thought that was kind of neat. I think REM's a really big band. You don't hear them. They're not played on the radio anymore at all. Strangely, neither is U2. But yeah, when I was born in 68. Yeah, no, I think they're an underrated, almost super mega band. I mean, they were huge in the 80s and early 90s. Huge. I might put some of the songs on my playlist. I Am Superman. They had Murmur was their first album, or one of their first albums. But I don't know what else. They play U2 and REM on the station I listen to here. It's weird because, Joy, as often as big a bands as those were, I don't hear U2 played much anymore. And again, I was born in 68. I went to college in 86 and graduated in 90. And those were the two biggest bands that weren't big hair bands at those times. And there was a ton of big hair, Bon Jovi and Cinderella and who else? I mean, Motley Crue and Def Leppard was really big. I saw Def Leppard at U of I. And U2 came. I remember the lines to get tickets were massive. Just good times, good memories. I got a friend and his wife. I mean, they're both friends. Whitesnake. I never liked Whitesnake. I never cared for Whitesnake. Here I go again on my own with a girl. Was it a Corvette or a Camaro or something she was dancing on? One of my favorite bands. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know how old you are, Joy. I guess you're probably somewhat similar to me then. Probably a little younger maybe. But yeah, huge bands back then. Huge bands. So, yeah, it's fun. Again, somebody earlier asked what this show is usually about. And again, I just kind of talk about stuff and share some things that I'm going on. I think people find it somewhat inspirational. Beatles forever. Have you seen the movie 47? Is that his happy face? I hope it's a happy face. We're getting better, not worse. Have you seen the movie Yesterday, Jacqueline? I would recommend it for Beatles fans or non-Beatles fans. I thought it was a great movie. It's like a British-made movie, so it's kind of one of those. But it's about a guy who's struggling to make it in music, who gets in crashes on his bike and wakes up, and nobody in the world has heard of the Beatles. I'm getting the chills because it's such a cool concept. And, he's sitting around having drinks with some friends and brings out his guitar and plays. I'll talk to you about the housing market in a minute. I appreciate that. Plays, I don't know if it was Yesterday or something like that. And his friends all, oh my God, that's the most beautiful song I'd ever heard. He go, yeah, cut it out. Stop joking around. Because it was Yesterday. But nobody had ever heard of the Beatles. Nobody knew any of their music. So the guy ripped off all the Beatles songs. And it was just a good, feel-good, funny movie. And especially, I don't know, if you like music at all or British movies, I don't know. The movie is called Yesterday, and I think it was a really good movie. My thoughts on the current housing market. I think it's getting better. Everyone thought it was so great over the last 2 years. Houses were selling silly quickly because there weren't enough homes on the market. I'm a free market guy. I believe in supply and demand, and they meet, and that's the price something should sell at. There was almost no supply of homes over the last few years. I think the housing market, I think the world might be, I hate to be negative on anything, but I am concerned, and I said it when the pandemic hit a couple of years ago, that you cannot just shut down the world and not expect some big repercussions. And I think we're just starting to see what happens when you shut down the world. People want to work from home. And I'm not making judgments on any of these, so don't yell at me politically, although I do have judgments. People are figuring out, hey, people are living in their vans on the street. Why do I need to be close to work? Why do I need to work? And I think it's broken, and we haven't figured out how we want to live as society going forward. I think there's going to become more houses on the market. There's starting to be. I've been looking at houses with a buddy of mine over the last few weeks, and it's nice because we can look at homes. For about a year and a half, if, Jeremy, you wanted to go see a home with me, it used to be you'd call me on Wednesday, say, hey, Ken, I'm available Saturday. Can we go look at some homes? We'd pick 6 homes to look at. We'd knock them out on Saturday. Now, Jeremy, if you wanted to, or a year ago or 3 months ago, if you wanted a home popped up that was interesting to you, we'd have to go right now. And you'd have to write an offer above asking price and waive appraisals and waive home inspections and take it as is and give the home seller your car, your firstborn. And it was just silly. I didn't like it at all. Everyone thought, wow, you guys must be doing great. But no, I wasn't. I've done okay over the last year, but it certainly hasn't been a great market for me. Yes, the homes I list sell quickly, but there's very few homes for sale. And as a guy that sells homes for a living, it's hard when there's very few homes for sale. $22 an hour. Are you serious? I mean, it's expensive living in California, but people are talking about inflation and wondering, oh. My daughter works at Chick-fil-A. She makes $15 an hour. It's a lot of money. I mean, it's a fair amount of money. $22 an hour. That's a lot. I mean, that seems crazy. That's $44,000 a year to flip burgers at McDonald's. I'm not against burger flippers at McDonald's. God love them. Yeah, welcome, Jeremy. I don't know if that was a real good answer, but it was the answer I got for you right now. I would think if you're looking to buy, I'll tell you this, Jeremy, real quickly back to the housing market. I think the time to buy a house is when you want to buy a house, and the time to sell your house is when you want to sell your house. I think too many people look at their homes as like an investment and not as a primary place of living and spending your life. And if we looked at a home as where we want to love, live, and enjoy and raise our family, we'd live in it long, we'd enjoy it, we'd have happy lives, and in 10 years, we'd be up a lot of money on the home. But I think so many people are worried about, hey, what's going to happen? What's the economy going to do? This, and this, and making their decisions on housing based on that. And I think the decisions you make on housing should be based on your situation in life, Do you need to sell? Do you want to sell? Do you want to move? And then make it happen based on that. And that kind of is the way I feel about a lot of things in life, I guess. So I've talked for 34 minutes. I feel pretty good. Do you guys feel pretty good? I hope you do. Hope you've enjoyed my show. Hope you feel like you've gotten something from it. My phone has been freaking out over the last few weeks. I got weird things happening. I can't push buttons that I normally can. I think I might have to go buy a phone. I am a realtor. I can't dial a phone. I can't push buttons. Weird things are happening on my screen right now. And I'm having a struggle seeing you. And that's just stressful. I don't need that stress. I hate the idea of spending money on something that I don't need. But honestly, I do need a phone. I might not even be able to say goodbye to you guys. I'm not saying goodbye yet. So there you go. I'm in position to say goodbye. But again, my phone's freaking out right now, so it might be time to go. I appreciate all those hearts. I appreciate the loves. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I hope you've gotten something from the show. I hope you have enjoyed your coffee with me this morning. I hope you follow my page. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you tune in tomorrow at 8 o'clock and join me for some coffee and conversation again tomorrow. I hope you're loving yourself because you cannot love other people until you learn to love yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself because we've all done bad things and you need to let go. And whether you yelled at your kid or your dog yesterday or something, I used to beat myself up forever about things like that. And I'd encourage you to let that stuff go and feel good about yourself and enjoy the moment as best you can and have an awesome, awesome day. So thank you so much for following. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope you're feeling good, loving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.